This will be the script setup guide. In the marketplace, we just added a new tab up at the top, as you can see, the scripts tab. Here you will be able to see any scripts that any user uploads. You will be able to see stats like how many users are using this, has this script actually earned some money, and so on. You can tap it to see more information. You can just copy or download the script if you want to. If you copy this script, I'll try it here. You can just select any of the creators you want to copy this script to. In this example, I will copy it to my Dropfans creator, and that's it. Now I can move back to the scripts page. It will look like this. This is the copied script here, and if I want to go ahead and edit it, I can just enter the script. I can change the name if I want to. Let's start with that. Now, if I want to change things, there are placeholders here, so I can add my own media, for example. But let's go back and actually start from the beginning. I want to create my own script, so let's do that. And as you already spotted, if you actually want to upload a script that a user shared with you on, for example, Telegram or whatever, and you have it downloaded, you can just import it here. Now let's create a new script. So first thing you have to do is select the creator you want this script to be for. In this example, I will use the creator I named Dropfans creator. First thing you should do to be able to save the script is just add a name. I'll add the name tutorial here, and we can see that we have one step here to begin with. The only thing you have to do to continue is press this script, and we can add the first message. Let's start simple. And now I want to add a second step, simple as this, add step, and a new step appears. If you want to rename the steps to different things, you can do that here as well. I actually want to do two different options here. Now that I've created two different options, I want to connect them to the first step to make sure that if this is ran with the bot, it can be ran automatically with a couple of different integrations. But before we move on creating the scripts, I want to talk a bit about the settings that you can have. So press the settings tab at the top right, and you can see some different settings here. If you have a bot subscription or a workspace plan subscription, you have access to the bot. If you have access to QuickBot, then you can run scripts automatically. If you don't have the bot, then you can only run them manually. We'll look at that later. Basically, running the script manually just means that you or your chatters can copy each step that you have pre-made with, for example, pre-made bundles or pre-made prices for different media items and so on, and you can just copy that and send it directly inside of the chat. If you want to be able to run it automatically with the bot, you need to toggle on the bot mode. If you for some reason want to change that you want to run this script for another creator, then you can just change creator here. One script can only be ran for one creator at a time because of the vault. One creator can only be connected to one vault at a time. So if you, for example, add media items to any of these steps, it will not be able to look at different vaults for one creator. It will only be able to look at one vault. This is why you can only have one creator per script. But you can of course create one script and then just copy it, and then you can put each creator that you have on each of these scripts with the different media items that you want in the script. Next setting here is just, if you press this one, you will be able to edit the start message. If you want to change any of these steps to be the start message, you can do that as well. We also have a feature to be able to publish our script on the marketplace like you saw before. You can just press this button and you will be able to add a description to be able to publish it on the marketplace. Currently, you can only publish your script for free, and you don't have to worry about you leaking your own media items inside of the marketplace. If you've added any media items to your script, then they will not be visible for other users. It will only be placeholders that other users have to copy, and they have to put their own media files. If you want to download your script to share on another platform, to send it in a Telegram chat, to share it on whatever, then you can also press export file here. Then you have some different options. If you have the bot, the automation settings will be available for you here. For example, you can have scripts that automatically run on new customers. This will run if a new user contacts your Telegram account or Fanvue account. You can also decide what happens after this script finishes. You can select what mode you want the AI chatbot to continue chatting inside of. You can make sure that the bot pauses if you want to, or you can run another script. If you have other scripts, then you can run other scripts as well. Okay, let's continue working on the script. Probably for you, the best way to set up the script is set it up just like you would if you had the option to put it in the automatic mode. Basically, so the bot can use it if you want to, because then you can use it manually as well if you want to. What do we want to happen after the first step? Let's just drag a line here between the first step and what we want to happen next. And you can see that it says always here, and you see a small settings icon. Let's press that one and see what we can do with it. Here we have a couple of options. If we want to add a label to this step, just rename it something else. option 1, for example. Then let's see what we can do. We have several different options here. For example, always, this is the fallback. So if we have two different roads here, for example, from the opening step, we want to have two different possibilities. For example, if customer says A, then we want to do option 1. Basically, the possibilities can branch. If we want to add more steps than 2, we can also do that. Now I'm seeing that I added option 1 for the step we called option 2. So let's change that quickly. One powerful thing that I like to add is the keyword. So message contains, and then we can put the keyword here, or we can put several keywords. For this setup, I will put something simple like number 2. If the customer in any way mentions number 2 in the message, it can be anywhere in the message, then this option will happen. We also have this little button here that says invert it. So for example, if this keyword is not mentioned, then we do this option. You always want to leave one of these options as the fallback. So let's make sure that we do this. Let's actually go over the different options that we have and what they do, so you know exactly what you want in your script. First one, fan replied. Okay, so if the fan replied anything, then this will happen. It's very similar to the fallback step, but in a specific case, if you want the fan reply to be an option, then you can do it. You can also invert it, just like with anything else. Then you have the option to do this if the fan was silent. So let's say the fan was silent for how many minutes? 30 minutes. Then you send this message. Message contains, that's the keyword one that I added before. We have some quick options for if the fan says yes or yeah or do it or send it. If the fan, basically if the fan gives you a positive response, this will happen. If we get a buying signal, they ask for price, or the customer sends any type of buying signal, then this step will happen. If we notice that the customer is getting turned on, then this step will happen. The customer is getting aroused, things like this, then this step will happen. If the customer declines your previous question, then this step will happen. If the customer bought something, it can go to this step. If they did not buy it, if the customer has bought any time before in the script, or any time even before you ran this script, then it can move on to this step. If the customer has never bought from you before, then it can move on to this step. And then you also have the option to move on to this step after n amount of messages from the customer. I think we missed this one actually. It's the time delay option as well. So basically you can get the bot to continue after a certain amount of time. For example, in your script you mentioned that you're gonna go to the gym or whatever. You set the time delay before the script continues. For example, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then the script will continue after this delay. Set hours or minutes here, up to 24 hours. And then the trigger could be either from your last message in the step or a time delay from when the customer sent their last message. So now you know of a bunch of different options for the script. Let's make this one the fallback this time, and let's actually remove the label for this one, and then it will just say the keyword because I added a keyword to this step, right? So option 1 could be, I like to do verbatim messages, so the message is exactly what I want it to be, because now as you saw we could add so many different options and so many different gates, so we know exactly what the bot should say. So we don't want to necessarily leave it up to the AI to answer this one, but if you have access to the bot, you can toggle this one off and you can add a goal for the bot. So for example, the goal is to get the user to tell me his name or something like that. And then this step could actually be a bunch of messages. So this step could be, in this example, 3 to 8 messages. But let's leave it at verbatim so we know exactly what the bot will send. And for the purposes of this video, I will just add 2 different media here. Okay, so option 1, so we can clearly see that it will do different things, okay? And I will add 1 content here. If you have the bot, you can choose to filter by tags and things like that. But I always like to be very specific and choose the exact media that I want. So let's do this picture here. And in option 2, let's add this message. Let's add a media item. Let's do this one and let's add a price. Set $5 there. You see this toggle here, send for free. You can toggle this one on if you want to, if you already have a price, but if you don't set the price, it will send it for free. Let's actually add 2 different images to this one so we can see the difference more clearly. And then if we want to continue even more, let's add another step. You can make it whatever happens after these 2 steps, it will go to step number 4 here. And step number 4, it can be very simple. You can add a bundle if you want. And I actually have a pre-made bundle here, so I will choose that one. And I also want to add a message, bundle send, just so we know what it will look like. You can also see this option here when you send a pay-per-view of any case. You can toggle this one on, wait for purchase before advancing. If you toggle this one on, the bot will remain completely silent before it moves on. I don't like to keep this one on because if the user actually does something, probably want to either answer with a text message and not just ignore the customer, right? And let's add one more step. This will be the final step, and I will add one more that I will just put to the side here so you can see the features inside of the CRM later as well. We've created a very simple step here. We have two different paths here in the beginning, one with the keyword and one as the fallback, and then the script will just follow this very simple path and send different things, different media items. One side that's paid, as you can see here, $5, and then we will send a bundle, and then we'll just say goodbye. And you will also see this step number 6 here. I've not put this inside of the script. You see, I did not connect it to anything, but I want to have it as a manual step, maybe something that I want to be ready for if I want to send this manually. So let's just add a message like this. Extra step. Since it's not connected to anything else in the script, this step will not run automatically. And let's add a media file here to this one as well. Let's add that one, and we will have it like this. Let's add a price. As you can see, everything saves automatically when you make changes, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's move on to the Telegram CRM. So just to clarify, this script that I created, I added it to the Dropfans creator, as you can see here, the tutorial script that we just created. And now I will be able to view this script on any account that is connected to the Dropfans creator. And as you can see here, I have the KVIQA tutorial account connected to the Dropfans creator. So now when I open the inbox and I enter a chat, you can view inside of the fan insights, you can see the scripts tab here. As you can see, the copied script is also here. And this one I did not toggle on for the bot, so I cannot run this one automatically, but the tutorial script I can. This is why I see the run button here, but I can also see the different steps. And as you can see here, the last step, step 6, that is not connected to anything, it's also visible here. So if I want to send it, I can just press this button and it will pre-fill the composer here with the picture, the text, and the price. When I'm doing this manually, I can edit things if I want to, but I can also just send it like this. And now it sent the link. And I can do this with any step in my script. If I want to send specific step manually, I can just press this one and it will autofill, and you can see this one is for free. It did not fill in a price, and I can just send it for free. I will now set up my Telegram account side by side here so that you can see everything side by side, and we will try to run the script automatically and you can see how it works. Okay, let's run the script. To trigger option 2, we need to use the keyword 2. If I add the number 2 in any part of the message I will send now, it will trigger option 2 instead of option 1, okay? Let's have a look. It sent option 2. Let's continue. Next step should be the bundle send. And that's the script finished. As you can see, it skipped the extra step here, and if I want to send it now, I could, for example, just press that one. It will show me this and I can send it as well. That's it for the Telegram CRM. Let's also see work inside of the Fanvue CRM. Before it can work inside of the Fanvue CRM, or before we can even see the script inside of the Fanvue CRM, we need to actually connect the script to a creator that is connected to Fanvue. How do we do this? Let's copy the script that we just made, because we want the exact same script. Copy, and I can just copy it to any of my other creators. And here I have a creator that's connected to Fanvue. Let's do that. As you can see, I now need to just choose the actual media that I want to be inside of these steps. So let's do that. That's it. Let's also add something to this one. And that's it. Now we should be able to see it inside of the Fanvue CRM. So let's open it. Let's go to this chat here. Let's press scripts, and you can see the tutorial. As you can see, the name is actually now tutorial copied or copy. This is the correct one. I can see the different steps here. Just like we can inside of the Telegram CRM, we can press send on any of these and it will autofill the input box for you. We can choose, for example, this bundle send here. It will autofill this one for you as well. You can just press create a drop. It will send the drop as well. And that's it for the Fanvue scripts as well. So you get the idea. It works exactly as it does in the Telegram CRM, so I will skip the automatic part to save us all some time. Now I will show you how you can publish your own scripts to the marketplace so other people can copy your script. Just go to the scripts page, press the script that we just created here, not this one, that one. You can either share it from this view here, share it to marketplace. You can also go inside the scripts, inside the settings, publish to marketplace. You can see here that everything you have to do, you can add a title. Let's leave it at tutorial. Let's add a description. Tutorial script, add a category, very important. Let's label this one as custom. You can add some tags if you want to. I'll just add one tag here, and then simple as this, press publish. Now let's go ahead and move to the marketplace and actually see our script. As you can see here, I published my script. It has one user. It has currently 0 runs because I have not ran it yet. And you can see some information here. Actually, as you can see, we are not leaking our own media. We have media placeholders that users have to put in their own media, but you can see the PPV prices are the same. The text is the same. And if you actually copy the script, you will also see that the different paths logic are the same. So now anyone that wants to can copy your script for free. If they want to download it, they can download it. And currently users can only copy your script for free, but in the future we will add monetization for this so that you can actually sell your own scripts. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, drop them down below and I will try to answer everything. See you in the next one.